Good afternoon, everyone. It's Nick here and
Trevor,
we have just watched quite a strange movie called
1922.
As you can see, thank you, computer. Okay, this is a Netflix exclusive, apparently, directed by Zach
Hilditch.
That's the one. I'm not actually familiar with his work at all, but it did star
Thomas Jane.
who is to me, a highly underrated and highly underutilized actor. He's been in, I suppose, the most famous right now, not the most famous, but the most big thing is Expanse, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was pretty damn good in that. I mean, he was a good actor. He's a good actor.
And he also played the Punisher previously in one of the first movies.
Was it the first or the second that he played?
Technically it's the second because there was that Dolph Lundgren one first, then Thomas Jane was the second one, and then there was the one with Ray Stevenson, and then John Bernthal.
Yeah, which of course John, I'm sorry, I love it. Apparently, when is that coming out? That's on November the 22nd or something along those lines. But I'm very excited about that. So, this is based on Stephen King, and I have to be honest with you, I don't think I've actually finished an entire Stephen King novel. I know. Ever.
Wow. Okay.
I know. He's a big Stephen King fan, so please tell me what you think of this as far as Stephen King is concerned.
It's very much, it's based on one of his novellas, one of the newer ones.
Is it new?
Yeah, I think it was 2008, something around there.
Much older. Okay.
I think, if I remember right. But it's very much a Stephen King thing in that he really does go and try and mess with your mind, and he succeeds, I think.
I think he does as well.
Yeah.
I really do. I have to say, the first part, or the first half, maybe even the first third, I would say, of the movie, I relished because the actor is so damn good. His pictures, his mannerisms, the way he talks through his teeth when he's angry, all of that is so fucking brilliantly done with the scripting as well. To me, the last half is a typical Stephen King where it gets a little bit far-fetched, I suppose.
Yeah, he does a great build-up, and then sometimes, or often, he tends to let it go overboard a bit.
Yeah, the thing is that even though Trev says it goes overboard, it does not do a normal Stephen King where it goes out of the box and suddenly aliens are arriving and stuff. This is to me it's not a horror.
No, it's billed as a horror, but it's more a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I would say it's a psychological thriller, definitely. It is a murder thriller. It's not a spoiler because you will know what happens. Yeah. But the way it's dealt with is, like I said, the first third or the first half, I suppose, grey areas in the half, it is very, very much the main character, Hank, I think his name is.
No, Wilfred.
Wilfred, sorry. Well, his son is Hank, or Henry, sorry. Oh, sorry, the other way around. Henry, not it's Hank. And I think that the chemistry between the actors is brilliant, especially between him and his son. I mean, that was pretty...
Yeah.
The psychological games that this guy plays on his kids and his wife.
That's something to behold.
I mean, just give us a quick breakdown of that one scene at the dinner table. I mean, it's towards the very beginning, so it's not a spoiler.
He's been manipulating his son to basically his son will take his side against his mother. And they get into an argument over dinner, and basically while the son is now fighting with the mother, he just says nothing, because he's already laid all the groundwork behind that.
He's literally said to the son, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, and everything does happen. So the son's like, well, you were right, Pa, kind of thing. I have to say, I also loved the sort of vernacular, the colloquial vernacular. Half the stuff I didn't understand because I'm not a farmer, and I'm certainly not from 1922. But it was very legit. It was very realistic, I have to say, in that way. The special effects.
Not really much in the way of special effects, but what there was good. Much of it was makeup effects, really.
Yes, it was makeup effects. I mean, some of it was quite shocking, eyes missing and stuff like that, but it wasn't, as I say, I was really expecting us to go into the sort of uncanny valley of madness and like I say, like a sort of Stranger Things, of things coming through portals, which it did not veer into. I was quite happy with that. We even had, I always forget his name, the actor from Legends of Tomorrow.
Neil McDonough.
Yeah. He was intense in this. I mean, very short scenes, but damn, he's a good actor.
Yeah, if you watch this movie, about 100 minutes runtime, I think.
122, I think it was. Yeah.
But most of that time is just basically Thomas Jane on his own. That's it.
And it sounds like a bad thing, but he handles it so well. He is mesmerizing. It kind of reminds me of Hannibal. Like, you love the bad, naughty guy because he's just so bad, I suppose, and twitchy and
but he's not twitchy though.
Well, he had the eye twitching going quite a bit, and he talks through his teeth and he's
but actually his mannerisms. He's not twitchy going.
Okay, no. Okay, maybe that's incorrect. And But I mean, he does have mannerisms that are sort of like, you're like, this guy's psychotic, and
Yes.
he is pretty damn psychotic. The one thing I did not like that much was the sound score. I think they pushed the strings a little bit too much in this. I mean, it worked most of the time, I think, but it became overbearing in some moments, and I was kind of like, come on, guys, drop that. It's a very cliched
technique to use. And all
yeah,
that.
it really is. It's kind of like we're making a horror stroke thriller or whatever. Let's use that.
Use the cello.
Use the cello, yes. All the high strings, kind of thing. As far as the set pieces, what do you think of those?
Set pieces? You mean
Like the sort of staging inside the houses and stuff.
It looked really well. It was really well shot.
Very well shot. My God, the cinematography in this it's really good. I have to say, it's not the level of.
A lot of it actually focuses on his face as well.
Mm.
Where he's very centered in the center of the camera, so you can really see his facial expressions and what he's saying, and it really works very well.
Yeah, it does. I mean, even like the outside sort of landscape panning shots were beautiful. The sort of use of 1/3 the skies, 2/3, 1/3 of the forest, or whatever, absolutely stunning. So I think the camera work was brilliant. Were a couple of continuity issues that I mentioned at the very beginning,
Yes.
like when he's sitting and he has a book that's open. The next moment it's sitting over here, in this direction. The scene goes back to his son, goes back to him, and suddenly it's sitting in this direction. That is noob stuff. Come on, get the fucking thing right, man. My mother used to be a continuity
I
person.
didn't even
for
notice.
photography. Yeah, well, there you go. But I mean, it's just sort of like 101. You expect that to be done perfectly, and expect it. And yes, at this level, I really do. I'm going to go into the Netflix thing. Apparently, next year they're going to spend $9 billion on their own creative content. Is it more than that? Sorry.
It was $80 billion, wasn't it? No, it was something billion.
Is it 80 billion?
It was well.
I thought it was 9 billion.
I honestly don't know. It was 80 new shows or
It's 80 new
movies or
shows,
something
something like that, and to the value of like $9 billion. And what did you think about this? Like I said, this is an exclusive Netflix, and of course I watched 4 or 5 episodes of Stranger Things last night. Fucking mind blowing. This is season 2, of course. What do you think of the direction of Netflix at the moment?
I think they are doing a lot of very interesting things. They're taking chances with a lot of movies that you won't see in the box office.
Yeah.
So they're doing a lot of. I mean, I would rate this. You could probably call this an indie movie.
I would say it's an indie movie. Yes, I would definitely say it's an indie
It's a
movie.
very
Yeah.
small budget, low budget, very intense film. That's all character driven and
And good
those-
character depth, I must say.
and those are things I want to watch.
Mm.
You don't see that in the cinema
You don't. Unfortunately, you do
Yeah.
not.
because it's not viable for them anymore.
It's not, and this is why I love Netflix so much. Is it offers a platform for people to do things like this.
Yes.
I mean, I watched another movie called what's it, Wheelman, with
Frank Grillo.
that movie. We'll hopefully get a review up on this maybe next week. But damn, that's a good movie. Again, apparently that was in production hell or nightmare hell, what do you want to call it, for 10 or 15 years, and they really pulled up because apparently the rights of the character or some crap like that, and then he wanted to do it, and another person wanted to do it. I think Netflix is really offering us a great platform. A lot of people are worried. Hollywood are worried. They don't even want to put some of these movies into Oscar contention because it's going against the whole cinema where they make their money.
That's why they won't be kicked. That's why they're trying to kick them out of Cannes as well.
Yes, exactly. They're trying, and that was for that Korean movie.
Yeah. Okja,
Kupcha, which I didn't really like, to be honest with you, but the director Jung Koon or something like that is quite divisive.
Snowpiercer.
Yeah, he's I love that though.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. But I love the fact that Netflix, which I pay 160 rand or 170 rand for the use of 2 platforms, so watch on my TV over here, and I can watch on my cell phone or on my computer.
You don't need that.
You don't need that, but it offers it. It offers it to you,
Yeah.
And to me, this breaks the whole circular thing of pirating. You don't need a pirate anymore. I mean, there's a lot of series now which are up there, like Legends of Tomorrow is now up there, Flash is now up there, Supergirl is up there as well.
Star Trek comes out every week.
Star Trek comes out every week, yeah. The haters, bugger off, okay? They've already cemented a second season, so deal with it, you awful people. So yeah, I think Netflix is doing a damn good job, and this is just another feather in their cap as far as I'm concerned. Out of 10 for you?
For me, it's a 7. It was very slow burn, but it was, and especially near the end, I actually did start to get a little bit bored.
Yes, I agree. Towards the end, yeah.
It's very slow paced, but it was very interesting. It was very fascinating to watch, and it was basically anchored by Thomas Jane's amazing performance. He was really good.
He was really good,
anyone
man.
half as good, and I would have written that movie off.
Yes, I agree completely. The entire thing was Thomas, and he really does, as you said, cement the entire thing together. I think the directing was pretty good as well, minus the continuity issues and stuff,
Yeah.
which worked with that. The sound score was good for most of the time. Sometimes it was a little bit too much. I initially said I was going to give it 8 out of 10, but I sort of pondered on it after Trev said he would probably give it a 7. And I'm, I think, just generally inclined to give things, if I enjoy it, a higher mark than it probably deserves. I think a 7 out of 10, definitely a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 7.5 for myself, just from my own personal enjoyment. Being more critical, I think a 7 out of 10 would probably be more appropriate, as a matter of fact. Any last thoughts on the movie?
No, not really. That's pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, would you say people should go and watch it? Well, not go and watch it. Sit down on Netflix and chill.
This isn't a movie you sit down and watch and chill.
No, you definitely don't chill on this.
It's very heavy.
Yeah.
So it's something you have to be in the mood for, and I don't think this is a movie for everyone. If you want to sort of sit down and relax and kick back and have a drink, no,
It's
don't
not
watch
really.
this.
No, definitely isn't. I mean,
But if you want to watch an amazing performance and having a great story, then this is really good for you.
yeah, I concur completely with him. I watched half of this with my brother in England, and we actually fell asleep, to be honest with you. That's probably because we're pissed out of our heads, though. Watching it again fully, I really appreciated the cinematography, to a certain extent the sound score, and the acting. I mean, he was so
amazing.
good. So I'd give it a 7. I'm going to stretch it to a 7.5. I think I'm actually going to give it a 7.5. So yeah, I recommend you guys go and sit down in your bed, not go, sorry, and just press play if you happen to have Netflix. So yeah, and say bye-bye, Trevor.
Bye.
Bye. You're supposed to say bye-bye, Trevor.
Why?
Because.
I don't care what they think.
He really doesn't.